off guard right now. Let me, I gotta record this, okay?
Okay.
All right, can you just tell me one more time what you just said?
So I went to see my doctor yesterday,
Mhm.
and I didn't tell her that I was off the medication. So I was on lisinopril for cholesterol, or no, lisinopril for my kidneys to protect it from the other medication that she had me on. I was
Mhm.
taking a cholesterol medication and I was taking Ozempic for my diabetes. When I got my results back yesterday, my A1C was down to 5.8. All my levels were looking good. Cholesterol looked good. High blood pressure, everything was good. So she told me to continue taking my medicine.
Right.
So I'm
Okay.
going to continue taking my medicine.
Right. 100%. 100%.
Yes.
Wow. Okay. So look,
Yeah.
that is so dope and beautiful to hear. You feel me? Like just to know that you're making that kind of progress that you want to make. You feel me? And you've been dealing with this for how long?
Ooh, I honestly, that's what I was trying to figure out. I don't even remember quite exactly when we started.
Yeah.
So just in that little bit of time, progress has been made,
Mhm.
and I'm feeling really good about that.
Okay, okay, good. So that makes me obviously that makes me so happy to hear. My thing is this. I think we should just keep going with it. You feel me? Actually, I can probably look and tell right now, like how long we've been doing this if I look at your profile. Just give me a hot second. So
Okay.
we've been doing this since I believe it was like the 8th or the 9th. So the beginning of this month. Yeah. Yeah. So this
Yeah.
is about to be a month.
Yeah,
Cool.
because my juicer, I remember my juicer crapped out on me and I replaced it 9-2. I was juicing so tough with that one, I broke a piece off in it.
Wow.
And I had to return it to Bed Bath and Beyond, and so I took it back and got a new one. So that's when I bought that the juicer that I had was on September the 2nd.
Okay, okay. Wow.
Yeah.
This is so good news. Okay, cool. So just to let everybody know, right? That's gonna be watching this later on or whatnot. You've been on just nothing but everything that I was telling you, right? You haven't had no meat, you haven't had no kind of garbage. You just been on straight fruits, correct? Straight fruits. And it's just straight fruit
Um,
juices,
a salad here and there if I get hungry enough,
right?
but none of the other stuff.
Right. And that's really all you really need. Cause like once you start to feel that kind of hunger, you feel me? It's good to just have, like I was telling you, the reason why I told you to have a salad is because it'll balance you out. You feel me? Okay, cool. So you just been on really just juices and an occasional salad here and there. Now, question about the herbs. Have you taken any of the herbs that I put down as well?
Okay, so the thing with the herbs is this. I was trying to contact Yaqui store in St. Louis. Can't get a hold of them because I wanted to make sure that the herbs that I was getting were sourced from where they come from.
Mhm.
I didn't want to just, because I don't know a whole lot about herbs and I didn't want to just buy anything. So when
Mhm.
I was looking at, and that's one of the questions I have for you, do I need herbs in its like whole form or do I need it in powder form?
Good question. So look, the reason why I tell people all the time is like, and this is part of the reason why I'm actually going to be starting up my tea business, but um herbs are, like the ones that you get from the store that's in like the little tea bag, that's cool, you feel me, to start out with, right? When you just getting an introduction into like herbology and stuff like that, or if you got like a little code and all that. But
Mm-hmm.
when you want to really start to detox, you feel me, and cleanse your body out of something that you're dealing with, it's important that you get like herbs that are not from, like, say, I don't know, Trader Joe's or Sprouts or something like that, because they come in tea bags that have plastic in them. Okay. So the reason why you don't want to do that is because you'll be putting that plastic in your tea and you'll get that kind of like plasticky kind of taste, and that can also have an effect or prevent the healing that is trying to, happen in the
Right.
body. So
So
yeah.
these were bulk herbs. And I can't think of the place. This was an online store that I was looking at. They're bulk herbs. It's organic, but it also comes in like powder or in like whole, the flower or whatever. So do you prefer
You
Or
always want the
extract was
loose leaf.
another. Extract was another.
Nope.
No extra. The whole flower.
You want the whole. You don't want it in a powder. You don't want it in an extract. You want it just as a loose leaf, so that way you can
Okay.
make tea from it. Okay.
Okay.
Now, don't get me wrong. Like, there's for certain people and stuff like that, depending on, how their tolerance is or what they like and what they don't like as far as like satisfaction, they can have like those things as well. But, a lot of those like tinctures and stuff usually have like alcohol in it, and you don't want to put anything, I mean, alcohol, like, yeah, moral of the story is generally that's just to have tea, Yeah.
Okay. All right. So I'm gonna work on that this week. I have some go on.
No, so I have a question. Have you been doing any of the fitness?
So yes.
Uh-huh.
Um I've only done it twice. I'm gonna be honest. Work has been
I
kind of
love
hectic
honesty.
lately. I'm training somebody new, so I really haven't gotten a chance to get into it like I want to. But I've still kind of been doing my thing, and I did do the fitness, and I'll get on that better. I promise you I'll get on it better.
Okay.
I just am like trying to really focus and
Maintain your energy and stuff.
exactly, because I'm not gonna lie, I've been tempted here and there.
Yeah.
Farmers market, you get hit with the smells and you're like, margarita pizza sounds good right now, and then
It's
you have to fight
strong.
it.
It's strong, isn't it?
Oh my goodness, I
Yeah.
honestly didn't even think I like margarita pizza like that, but I saw everybody walking around with it. I want to slap it out of everybody's hand.
I feel you. I feel you 100%. You see, and what's crazy is that I've been doing this alkaline thing for 6 years, right? You would think that my whole body is rewired, right? And yeah, it is. But the simple fact that like a Pizza Hut or like or something like that, right? The smells on that food, that is so unnatural how strong it
Powerful.
is, Like that in itself is just a clear representation that they have something more than just what they saying is in that food. They got
But
some.
you know what I love better than that? I love when I'm down here juicing and that smell permeates through my house and all you smell is mangoes and peaches and all of it. My husband, every time I do it, he's like, you got this house smelling so good. It's the same compliment that he gives me when I'm actually cooking a meal. So
Okay.
that makes me feel really good that I can do something as simple as juicing and
Mhm.
that smell can permeate the house and I get that same reaction.
Yeah, that's awesome. That's so
I
awesome.
solo kind of got him on it a little bit. His situation is a little bit different because he's a truck driver. So he's on the
Mhm.
road quite a bit and he's always tempted by garbage food. So I send him off with juice weekly.
Mhm.
And then when he's home, I feed him nothing but good stuff, or I try to feed him nothing but good stuff. He's a man, he needs meat, but I pump him as full of fruits and juices when he's here. So when he gets back on the road, he at
That's
least has a good start. So
so
thank you.
no problem, no problem. So, is there any other questions that you have for me as of right now, as far as like, your whole transition? And by the way, like I said already, like this is really, really good news. Okay. Keep going with it. You feel me? I would say let's make it to like a month and a half of just doing strictly strictly just like mainly fruits, right? What you're doing right now. And around that time is when you can kind of enter like the whole foods kind of realm, like still no tofu, no tempeh, no cookie. And
I don't do I don't do soy at all, period.
okay, good,
I
good.
don't I don't mess with any of that. So my question is, so I was kind of my husband always has a million and one questions for me about, why I'm going about doing this the way that I am and how I pick the fruits and so forth. We love pineapple. I love pineapple. Pineapple's not an alkaline fruit though. It's an
Mhm.
acidic fruit. So my question to you is, can I do pineapple or do I? Because I know Dr. Sebi's list is very limited, and I know that there are other fruits and vegetables that are, some of them are, cancer fighting and so forth. Do I strictly stay with his list, or can I have pineapple or?
So look, this is a really, really good question.
Okay.
Now, I will say this, and this is on the record. Yes, 100% pineapples are not alkaline. But the thing about it is this: if you were like just plant-based, or if you were just like typical vegan, you feel me? Then you can have that, of course, right? But for you specifically and what you're dealing with, you feel me? It's good to just stay 100% alkaline as much as possible, okay? Because you want to burn all of that and get all of that out your system as much as possible. You feel me? And keep it out of your system, you know, and also, you know, make sure, you know, everything functioning the way that's supposed to be functioning. So I would say this, like, you know, after like 4 months, right? Like a month after the program, you can have some pineapple if you want, but I mean, you know, as you know, it's not alkaline. But yeah, that's what I would say. You can have some like after the program, but just right now, it's best to just keep it as clean as possible.
So are you strictly plant-based, or are you strictly alkaline, or are you vegan, or are you strictly alkaline?
So for me, so I'm alkaline, but I do enjoy myself. I'll say that, you know. So like I'll say this, I don't buy anything. If I was to show you my fridge right now, I don't buy anything that's like just regular vegan, you feel me? Everything I buy is alkaline. But if I'm out in public and I'm with some friends and stuff like that, you know, I may have me like you know, like a burrito or something like that. But nothing, definitely no vegan cheese, you feel me? And I'll always like alter like the mood, the food and stuff like that. So
I don't
yeah.
mess with any of that. And that's just been kind of a rule of thumb with me for as long as I can remember. I'll buy boxed macaroni and cheese just because it's quicker, but I can make my cheese sauce just as quick. You know what I'm saying? So I didn't grow up on processed foods.
That's
I
so
grew up where my mother made everything from scratch. We got cleansed monthly. My mom cleansed us out monthly.
wow. That's
So
good.
that's how I grew up. So I kind of carried those things with me. That's why I kind of have an idea of what I'm doing here, but need some guidance.
Yeah.
And I find myself, even with like certain things, looking up the alkalinity level of it and basing what I buy on that.
Mhm.
So
So look, I'm gonna give you some real game right now, okay?
okay.
So look, when it comes to alkalinity, right? A lot of people get this like they get this like alkalinity thing kind of like um hold on. Yeah, they get this alkalinity thing kind of messed up where it's like, so I'll say this. It's this is gonna take you into a rabbit hole too, but like it's so deep. Like okay, so I'll say this. You can eat alkaline and be fine, you feel me, and thrive and all of that, right? And it's definitely possible. But there is something that is beyond diet that, you know, is super, super important. You feel me? Like we're all about balance. You feel me? Like if you look in nature, we are nature. You feel me? So we're all
Yeah.
about balance. You feel me? When you walk, you're walking forward, not backwards. That's the opposite. You feel me? Yin and yang, right? And another thing, when you eat certain foods, all food creates an acidic ash within the body. Doesn't matter what it is. It can be a completely alkaline food. You feel me? But it will create an acidic ash within the body. So eventually becoming acidic. And this is something that I'm still studying as of right now. So like, because just truthfully saying, like, it's all about balance. It's just all about balance at the end of the day. And it's like, it's busting my head because it's like, you know, I grew up, I mean, you know, I watched a whole lot of Sabi, right? I study Sabi like every single video. But if you are not dealing with something that is putting you in a state of dis-ease, then you don't necessarily need to be alkaline. You feel me? But if you have something going on, alkaline is definitely the way because it's not going to give you any trash, you know?
Because even his list has kind of changed over time. There were things
Yeah.
that used to be on that list that aren't even on that list anymore. And I know that I have one of the older lists that I used to go by, and I'm like, he's adding and subtracting things to this list. And I'm like, so that confused me as well. Like,
so let me put you on, because I also have like a very old like pamphlet, you feel me, like the one that folds 3 times. You know what I'm talking about, then you got the original, you feel me, you've actually been to like Dr. Sebi's store and gotten one of the pamphlets of his nutritional.
I got it offline. I actually got that list offline. I've never been to his store. I got the list offline.
Yeah, you see, I got the physical one.
Okay.
And I remember, because if I was back in America right now, I would be able to show you. But literally on the back of it, there's like so many notes and stuff like that. That one nutritional guide I had for so long. But anyways, yeah, like looking at that nutritional guide versus like others that I've seen on the internet, people have either been changing them or he has been changing them. I'm not too sure. But I can tell you this. I do know that when Sebi was creating the Alkaline nutritional guide, he created it with the intent to put together a nutritional guide that is going to be least harmful. So this gonna mess you up too, because you're gonna be like, dang, we really shouldn't be eating no greens. But like, there's some greens that are not even alkaline. Specifically, I think it's either kale or arugula are not even alkaline. You feel me? But they're suggested and they're out, and then another thing too is this: all greens have cellulose. Cellulose, if you Google it right now, you can't even break that down. It'll break down a little bit, but it won't break down fully. You feel me? So you shouldn't even be having it. That's another thing. You shouldn't even be having it. But we have it, right? So yeah, I'm in a phase right now where I'm like I'm learning deeply about this whole alkalinity thing, and even more than what I already know. And I'm just realizing that like the body ultimately needs balance, but depending on what state you're in will depend on what you should be having in that moment, Right. So you specifically, and anybody that's dealing with anything, alkalinity is 1000% the way. And it's been proven time and time again. He brought like 70 some people to court. You feel me? Yeah. And he won the court case and proven that.
I'm going to take you, I'm going to tell you something. Maybe it'll blow your mind. Maybe it won't. But I was watching this video and I even looked this information up. I had watched this video where they were saying that they were putting, so it's considered a flavor enhancer, where they put aborted baby fetuses.
Girl,
the remains of abort, and I was like, no way, there's no way that, and then I went down the rabbit hole. I started and I'm like, oh, wow. So then I sent this information to my husband, which is a mistake because he's on the road and he's obsessing over it. Now he needs to eat and now he don't even know what to eat, like gum. I buy him Trident gum. That's one of the things. We chew gum all the time. I have gum everywhere. He likes Sprite Zero, all of and I'm like, okay, I know the dangers of food. I grew up knowing the dangers of food, processed foods, that kind of thing. So when I hear stuff like that, I'm like, this is really messing with my head. It's really, are they really allowing this to happen?
It's so deep. It's so deep. Yes.
It really is. It's scary.
So look, I'm gonna put you on with something. Like literally, so there's this book I'm reading right now that's called Colon Health: The Key to a Vibrant Life, right? And I think I was telling you like my pops has colon cancer, right? So I'm like, when I go back,
No, you didn't tell me that, but I'm sorry to hear that.
Yeah, so pretty much, yeah, I'm about to cure him. I have a idea on how to cure him of his prostate cancer. Okay. And I've looked up, certain minerals that are very, very beneficial. I've read certain case studies and stuff like that. And it's all about really just, it's really like, it's funny because it's funny because it's like what I got you on is literally what I'm about to put him on. But the only thing is that I'm going to have him have, some foods that, are going to give him selenium and zinc, as well as some certain minerals. But for the most part, y'all going to be on this, y'all on the same thing.
Same thing.
So yeah, what I was about to say is that there's so much of a disconnect with our body, you feel me? And that happens since birth. For example, right? Your tonsils. Do you have your tonsils?
Yes.
Okay, good. So look, there was a study that was put out where people was specifically women and men too, but like the ones that I read was just about women. But before a woman had got her tonsils removed, she was very happy, vibrant, you feel me? She was in balance, you feel me? She
I know
didn't
exactly what you're talking about.
yeah. So look, she was very happy. You feel me? Had a whole family, kids, and everything. Didn't complain. She wasn't on that vibration or nothing like that. Right. But when she had them tonsils removed, she started complaining. She started to have depression, not be sexually active, start complaining about her husband, her kids. You feel me? Like all this started to happen when she had her tonsils moved. Not only that, you feel me, but our appendix, these two organs, the tonsils, right, as well as um the appendix is very, very important organs. You feel me? And this book talks all about it. And they're both linked to the colon. So the cleaner your colon is, you feel me, the
Yep.
cleaner that you will be. You feel me?
Yep.
But
And
yeah,
that's why my mom detoxed us monthly. And she did it with Epsom salt. My mom would dissolve Epsom salt in a cup,
mhm,
give us either an orange slice or a lemon slice. We would drink that Epsom salt down,
mhm.
chase it with that orange slice or whatever she gave us, and she would detox us monthly. Me and my nephew, we got that done all the time.
Yeah. You see, we
So
need
I
to
wasn't a
get back.
sickly kid growing up. I wasn't sick. We did a lot of homeopathic remedies too. When we got sick, my mom and dad never gave us Tylenol. My dad would take potatoes and string it and put that around our neck if we had fevers or we were, he thought we were coming down with something. That's what potassium draws that illness out of you. You could put them in the bottom of your socks and it
Yeah.
draws that. So that's what I grew up on.
Radiant
And that's
too.
what my
Yeah.
kids grew up on. I didn't give my kids medications and stuff like that,
Mhm.
you know. And I had a partial hysterectomy 2 years ago,
Mhm.
and they wanted to take everything. And I told them, leave my ovaries because that's what's gonna give me hormonal balance once I get to that menopause stage.
Yeah.
I need those for hormonal balance, and they just want to take everything out.
Yeah.
And so I consulted with I got a consultation from another doctor, a male doctor and he said absolutely leave her ovaries because my
Mhm.
menstrual
Yeah.
cycles were so bad. They were out of control. So I was like, I did what they wanted me to do. I did Depo, I did Mirena, none of that worked. So
Wow.
finally I said, we're doing a partial hysterectomy. We're leaving the ovaries in, and that's what I got done. And I've been fine ever since.
Mhm.
But no, I totally understand what you're saying. Like, we've just been trained to think that the way that we've been thinking, the way that we've been going through life is the right way. And it's so
Mhm.
detrimental to us.
Yeah, 100%. And if you
So
look at it, you feel me? Like when we look at the world is literally a reflection of how dysfunctional we are, and also how disconnected we are internally. Okay.
that's why there's all this stuff going off. The universe is pissed at us, and it's showing us that through weather. It's going ape shit right now.
1000%. 1000%. But yeah, okay, cool. So look,
I was trying to think if I had any other as far as the food, like fruits and stuff is concerned, but I think I'm good there. I'm just gonna, I'm gonna kind of use my judgment on it as far as what I can, what I'm gonna
oh,
intake, but I really go on.
yeah, no. So something else I was going to say, like if you have a craving for those pineapples, which you could do, I mean, or if you want to do, if you're looking for a substitute, what you could do is just do, you can do pears, oranges, and key lime. It's going to also provide that laxative effect as well, like a lot.
I took myself off of pineapple, but I'll still do pineapple smoothies and stuff like that for my husband. But I will not do pineapple, not as of yet.
Yeah.
And I don't even have honestly, I don't even have a craving for it. I love sweets. I love gummy shit. Like I love gummy bears and like dumb stuff like that. No craving for it whatsoever. Literally the only thing that I have a craving for, and only when I smell it, is meat. That's it. And I just have to walk away from it.
You have to, and don't, and look, I promise you, I'm not like telling you, you feel me, like by all means, you feel me, like do whatever you're gonna do. But as of right here, right now, like you definitely can't go back to that. As well as it would be like a conflict of interest if you even went back to it. You feel me? Because you already know what to expect. The reason why you got into this place right now is because of the fact that you was eating that stuff. You feel me? So, that's something that, like, you feel me? Like, look, my pops, see, I actually just spoke to my pops and he was telling me, like, he has this mentality. He's like, I still been eating the chicken and the fish. And I'm like, Dad, what are you talking about? And I'm like, I already told you what you need to do. Yeah, I'm coming back to America and I'm gonna walk him through it and stuff like that. But like, he still think that, like, there's a saying, I believe it's called, when it comes to like healing people, you got to ask them if they're willing to put down the stuff that made them sick in the first place in order for them to get the healing that they need, you feel me, or that they're seeking, but he's like, that right there is hard for me to put down. I'm like, Dad, you got to get out of that mentality, because if you don't, you feel me, you always eating the fish and the chicken still, you're not really going to give your body the break that it needs so that way it can replenish and get back to a state of balance.
We're not getting what we were not getting what we were getting to begin with. I raised my own chickens. I had chickens here at my house.
That's another thing. Yeah.
I was very diligent on what I fed my chickens because we were eating those eggs. Now I had silky chickens. I wasn't going to slaughter them, but I wanted to make sure that I was feeding them properly because we were eating the eggs from the chickens. Fish, you can't find Atlantic salmon or anything like that hardly anywhere. Everything is farm raised with color added or this. I don't mess with any of that stuff.
Yes.
So like you said, are you willing to put down what's making you sick? It's like telling somebody who has lung cancer that they need to stop smoking. Their mentality is, I have lung cancer. Why do I need to stop smoking?
Right.
Or I don't know what I'm going to do with my hands. It's always something. I'm glad I don't have that mentality.
Yeah.
I'm very glad I'm willing to say, you know what? I'm good. I can leave it alone.
Right.
I can leave it alone because if it's making me sick, it's my grandbabies were here today. I have 9 grandbabies and 2 more on the way. I want to see my grandbabies. I want my grandbabies to know me. My parents died young. When my daughter was 3 years old. My mom was gone before that. So my daughter didn't even really know my mother. She got a chance to be around my dad for like 3 years and that was it. I want my grandbabies to know me. My oldest is 12 years old. So I've been in her life for 12 years. My youngest is 1 year old. So by no means am I trying to remove myself before, it's my time. I want to spend as much time with my family as I can. So I'm willing to say, excuse my language, I'm willing to say, fuck it.
That's right. 100%. And that's the reason why you're getting these results right now is because you're saying, fuck it.
I was blown away when I looked at my results. I'm like 5.8. Do you know how long I've struggled to get my A1C under control? Like literally when she put me on the Ozempic, my A1C went from 9.9 and dropped to 6.1. I was dancing the jig when that happened. When I got my results back yesterday and my A1C was down to 5 point, man, I was like, okay, I already know I'm on the right track. When she said, keep taking your medicine, you got it, doc. I'll keep taking my medicine.
Say less, doc.
Right?
Love it. That's good. Okay, cool. Well, look, Queen, keep doing what you're doing, you feel me? As we both know, we on the right track, okay? And it's good to get that update from you, you feel me? So like I said, keep this going for at least, another half, right, of a month. And then we'll see how, when's your next checkup?
So I usually get checked like every 4 months. Okay. But because my levels were so low, she didn't even have me do a follow-up appointment. The next 2 appointments that I have are for a mammogram and for a colonoscopy. Those are the next 2 appointments I have. So I'm not even going to see her anytime soon. I'm just going to keep going on the path that I'm going. And when I see her the next time, I'm gonna be even better.
Good, good, good. Okay, cool. Well, yeah, look, just keep doing what you're doing, you feel me? Keep me updated, you feel me? And we just gonna go from there, okay?
Sounds good. If I have questions, can I just shoot them to you through the website? And
Yeah. Anytime at all. Okay.
okay, sounds good.
All right, Queen, you have a good one, okay?
You as well. Thank you.
All right, peace.
Later.